What's up, y'all? So I know it's been quite a minute since I posted anything on this page. My bad. It has been some interesting times. Nothing bad, just, different. And I just want to apologize for that, right? Because I know I've been getting messages. It's like, hey, where you at? Like, what's going on? Like, what's happening? Are you gonna quit the channel? What are you doing? Just a lot of things happening all at once. Took a little break, not from going giving the word, but from being on camera, really talking about it. been some special times where I have for real just been able to concentrate, on pouring out and doing everything and then getting poured back into. And honestly, I just haven't turned the camera on. Like, to be 100% honest with it, there's no real like, oh, I'm giving up on it or anything like that. It's just, I just decided not to document it, But people definitely have been reaching out, making sure I'm good. So I appreciate you guys for that. But I'm back, right? I got some more videos. I got some more ideas, some more creative thoughts, some more talks with Rodz, and I'm really excited for it. So obviously I want to start off with something good. I want to start off with something that's impactful, something that pours into you guys. And the big thing that I guess is, a little hiatus that I was on. I guess we're gonna put like a theme to it. There's a couple of different ones, and we'll be unpacking it, as the videos go out. But it is, I met God on the mountaintop, but He met me in the valley. Now, what does that mean? Obviously, if you guys have been watching this channel for enough times, I've talked about Abraham, how he went to the mountaintop. Right, and the glory of God was just upon him so much that he just like was vibrant. He's just glowing, right? And that's what when you meet God on the mountaintop. You meet him up there in those private places, those silent places. But if I'm being 100% honest with you guys, there have been multiple times where I haven't been able to make it to the mountaintop, but He meets me in the valley, and that for me spoke so much. And I figured, what, why not start off the first video back with this? We don't have to be perfect. Right, we don't have to go and pretend like everything's, sunshines and rainbows and puppies and everything's great. And yes, of course, everything's great. Like, oh, I'm going through a struggle. No, it's no problem. Everything's fine. For me, it has definitely been something for me to hold on to, of knowing that if I can't meet God on the mountaintop, He'll meet me in the valley. Yeah, the Bible says we walk through the valley of shadow of death, but we shall fear no evil. Yeah. So I find comfort, and I hope you do as well, in knowing that we're never out of God's reach, right? We're never out of His sight. We're never out of His touch. He's always right there. And maybe you're going through something where you feel like, hey, I haven't heard from God in a very long time. Maybe, I've done something, maybe God's mad at me. I know that was something that I was talking to a few friends of mine about it. And, they go and some of them are youth pastors. Some of them, have young brothers and sisters, maybe siblings. I know I have younger siblings than, little homies that, look up to me for that. But one question I remember that kind of came up, for some reason, quite frequently was, can I ever do something so bad that God gets mad at me and He won't answer? And the answer is no, right? Obviously, if you're out here, saying that God's not real and negating God, like, God still loves you. But, obviously, when you renounce God, it's a whole different story. It's a whole different theology. We're not going to get into that right now. But it's definitely something that has come up before. And I always tell people, right? You're never, like, look at the prodigal son. I use that example because it is the perfect example. That the son went out partying, to put it in today's terms, went out partying, wasted all his money, and came back and was like, yo, like, I'm cooked. Like, I got nothing left. Let me go back to my dad's house. And the father, being the father that he is, I'm assuming, right? I'm looking, picture in my mind, every day he would step out. Like, is he there? Is he there? Okay, maybe not this day, not today. tomorrow though. And maybe I, imagine, the friends of the father, like, oh, come on, man. Like, he's a grown man. Let him handle it. That's on him for doing that. And he's like, that's still my son, though. Right? And that's how God sees you. You're still my kid. You're still my son. You're still my daughter. He might be out in the world. She might be doing some craziness. That's still my kid. Right? So I can imagine There he stepped out and looked on that porch. Like, oh, is he there? Nah, not today. Oh, she there? Oh, not today. But then one day, right, he steps out. And he probably thought, right, oh, man, what's the point? He's probably not going to come back. Let me try one more, though. He went out there, and on this day, he saw his kid walking back. The Bible says that at a distance, the father recognized him, right? And he ran to him. I want to put a little pause there. It doesn't matter how bad you think you've messed up. It doesn't matter how dirty you think you might look. It doesn't matter the mess you've gotten yourself into. God still knows who you are. He still recognizes you. You're still his kid, right? So the Bible says that at a distance, the father saw him and he ran to him, hugged him, right? He didn't yell at him for that. Obviously, we don't know. Maybe like after the fight, he's like, hey, kid, what are you doing? Talking to him. But in that moment, he knew his kid didn't need to be chastised. He knew his kid didn't need to be rebuked. He didn't need, the strong, like, parental, like, oh. No, he just needed a dad. He just needed a hug. And maybe that's where you're at in your life right now. And you're thinking like, oh man, like I want to come back, but what are people going to think about me? I'm going to come back and people are going to know my story. People are going to know what I've gone through. And I get it. There's certain things that maybe we go through that, unfortunately the world has a little bit of a longer memory when it comes to those things. But God's still God. You're still his kid, right? So I don't want you to assume that just because you messed up, just because, you put yourself in a position where, you find yourself with a couple scars, right? A couple little messes, a couple things you got to clean up. That doesn't go and change the fact that you're still his son, you're still his daughter. He still loves you, right? Because at a distance, the father recognized him, right? So I just want you guys to really understand that part. And the part that spoke to me so much as I went, I was really reflecting on this, on what I want to talk about. And God was just like, just say the truth, right? It's okay to be vulnerable, on these things. And for me, I mean, if y'all know me outside here, I love to talk. I could talk to anybody. I'll talk to a brick wall, keep myself entertained if I have to. But there's a difference in just talking to talk and then talking to edify, right? Talking to pour into somebody else. So I figured, you know what, hey, it's about my turn. It's about that time to get back on this. Because, and I said this in one of, my videos, one of the clips, that when I think about, everything that God's brought me through, I think about all the things that he's brought me to as well, right? He's brought me to, levels of mountaintops, and he's brought me to just different levels of just, being edified and being protected and being loved and just being reassured of things. Yeah. And I've also known what it felt like to go through that valley, to go through those storms, to go through that chaos and be like, oh, what's next? Right? What am I going to do? What's going to happen? How am I going to get out of this? Also, I'm saying I'm grateful, right? I'm grateful that, I can meet God on top of the mountain, but I'm even more grateful that he meets me in the valley, right? I want you guys to really understand that part, that fact that it doesn't matter what's happening. It doesn't matter, how dirty and messed up you might think you could be. God will meet you where you're at, right? It's a place where we need to understand that it's not about us, right? There's nothing we can do that's gonna make him love us less, right? We messed up. It is what it is. I'm not a parent yet, but I can imagine my kid could do something, something silly, and I'm like, oh, come on, man, what'd you do there? But he's still my kid, right? He's still someone I love. She's still my daughter. So why couldn't we even try to think and put ourselves in a place that if we love our kids that much, how much more does our God not love us? Yeah. So if you're going through a place, right, if you find yourself in that place where you feel ashamed, you feel abandoned, you feel like there's no way I can even come back from this, remember that. Remember the prodigal son that, as much as, and, the craziest he did, as dirty as he thinks, things got for him. When he came back, the father ran to him, right? He was walking back, but the father ran to him, and the father's going to run to you. Yeah. So I'm going to end it with that. I want to end it to, with the thought and the reassurance and the good news of knowing that it doesn't matter how bad you think you messed up. You turn to God, you think you start, you're gonna walk, back, get back on track and start walking, that path that you're supposed to, and God's gonna run to you. Yeah. So when those thoughts are coming, and I know those things happen, right? You start, going and gonna run in your mind like, oh man, what I'm gonna do next? What are people gonna think? Oh man, like I'm so ashamed. I get all that. Those that might be, a fact. It might be a fact that you messed up, you did something, stupid. But the truth is, God's love is never gonna go and diminish just because you've done something silly, right? His love overwhelms all those things, and He grabs on you, and He loves you, and He embraces you, and He says, "My child, you're back." Right? The Bible says, in the prodigal son, that the father said, my son that I thought was dead is now alive. Right? So hold on to that. Yeah? Because I know as for me, I'm grateful that, I met God on the mountain, but He met me in this valley. So that's something that I'm gonna hold on to. I hope you guys, hold on to it as well, because it has helped me out in many different places. So if you're taking notes, I'll say that one last time before I close out. I'm glad that I met God on the mountaintop, but I'm even more glad He met me in the valley. Yeah? I love you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you miss any of these talks. I'm back, guys. We more videos, more activities, and we bring you along, with some new things I'm doing. As you can tell, I got a different background once again. But we're doing some big things. Yeah, and I'm excited to bring you guys along with that, because big things are coming. I'm excited to share them with you guys. What can I say? Your boy's back. Love you guys. Stay safe. And as always, make it the best day ever. See you in the next one.